Okay, what a midlife crisis looks like. My midlife crisis. So it's been like 5 days since I put up a vlog. I'm not even sure if I'm going to be able to get this one up tonight. Oh, and this isn't going to be edited, so forewarning. So I left the apartment like 4 days ago or something like that. I stayed a night at my dad's with the sisters. I spent a night at a friend's house. I was at my daughter's house last night. I'll be at my daughter's house again tonight. And tomorrow, leaving Syracuse to head out of New York State. So it's been like kind of cool spending this time with the family and everything, even as crazy as they are. But they are my family, and I love them. And so it's been great as far as that goes. Time with the grandkids. They've been having a blast with me, so that's cool. They love the stuff that I gave them. Like, it wasn't a big deal, just like token things like, here, take care of this for Grandma. So they took that really very seriously, especially the young one. That was really neat. Okay, the bank card. Remember that I was hoping that everything would go smooth for the bank card, and it did. I had gotten it, and I activated it, and it works. So that's good. Now I have to get the funds transferred into the checking account because I have my funds are all in a savings, so I got to transfer that into the checking. So I have to get to the bank or somehow get to my stuff online, which I'm hoping I might be able to do through my old phone where I've got the app on that. All I need is internet connection. So hopefully I'll be able to do that, log in with that, and get the funds transferred there. So that's all good and well. And I forgot the phone service that I had was connected to the old bank card. Well, I've got to get something squared away with that. I've got to get that information updated before the night ends tonight. Otherwise, that's going to be off at midnight. And I'm not sure how to do that. So I have to get to a GameStop, I think, to have that done. I don't know. Maybe I'll contact my younger daughter and see if there's anything she can do. I don't know. So I don't know what I'm going to do without a millennial. She's taking care of so much stuff for me. So that's where I'm at. So I'm thinking tomorrow at some point, maybe tomorrow night, is when I'm actually going to be heading out of New York State, or at least hit the road to head out of New York State. So tonight will be the last night with any sort of like family, friends, and it's going to be the daughter and the grandkids. She's letting my grandson stay home from school tomorrow too, so we can get every minute in that we can. Hopefully I can get all the rest of the business taken care of. Oh, the car. So I hadn't gotten a battery yet, and I do need to get a battery. At this point, my car needs a battery, a belt, and an oil change. I don't know where or how I'm going to do this, but it's got to be done. I'm hoping to be able to have it done today, but I don't know anybody who can change the belt. I don't know what tools it takes, and I certainly can't do it. So I got to get that figured out. A friend of mine was just telling me that there's a Battery World down the street from right here. And so to get the car started, it's going to need a jump. Drive that down there, and they'll change out the battery and everything. The battery's going to be cheaper, and it comes with a 5-year warranty or something. So I figure I'll do that. So the belt and the oil change, I need someone to do that. My daughter's got a hold of a friend of hers, said that he'd come over to check out my car sometime this afternoon, but I don't know when this afternoon he was talking about. She hasn't heard from him since they, discussed that yesterday. So I don't know. Hopefully that comes through, and then I can get the oil changed and the belt changed. Maybe he might be able to do it. That would be fantastic, because as far as I'm concerned, I need a belt, a battery, and oil change, and my car is good to go. And that's it. And because I guess a friend of mine was just checking out the car and said, oh, it's the belt, which makes sense because there was a squealing in there. So that makes sense. So if I get the belt changed and then I get a new battery in afterwards, that should not have any problems with the battery, so that should be taken care of. So I've got 24 hours to get that car all squared away. I have no idea how it's going to be done, but it'll happen. The way will just show up. And the bank stuff, I have to charge this other thing up here and get on, and hopefully that works. And then some time with the family and friends. And everybody thinks I'm nuts. My whole family, of course, they all think I'm crazy. And they all say, if you go to Africa, you're going to die there. Like, do we always assume that anybody who goes to Africa is going to die? Not everybody who goes to Africa dies. In fact, most people come back alive. I will be one of them. I mean, who knows how things are going to change by the time I get over there. Anyway, everything will be fine. So they just need to stop worrying. My older daughter, she has come to accept that mom's having a midlife crisis, and it is what it is. And she seems to be kind of concerned too. She did receive the stuff that I had put aside for her, even though she said she didn't want anything. I still put stuff aside for her anyway, stuff that I knew that she had said at some point that she wanted or figured that she would like. And it all seems to be sentimental to her because she's a very sentimental person. As mean as she can be, she is one of the most sentimental people. Her and my other daughter, both my daughters are. And so my older daughter was telling me last night she was kind of worried about my younger daughter. She was like, this hasn't hit her yet, Mom, and I'm afraid when it does. And so I think she's really, I believe my older daughter is planning on my younger daughter's going to kind of like fall apart a little bit, and my older daughter's going to be there for her to help her out. Because that's what my older daughter does. She just steps in. She steps in and takes care of people. She was one who took care of my mother. When my mother got sick, took my mother to every single one of her doctor's appointments for that whole year. And when my mother was home and dying for a week, it was my daughter and my baby sister, my older daughter and my baby sister, and they did much of the care. And they were just amazing. And my daughter's just amazing when it comes to that. She just steps in and just does what needs to be done, and she will feel her feelings after. So she's, I think she's got plans of, helping her little sister. And I think that my younger daughter is going to probably crash at some point. It's going to hit her after I leave. So I think it might start already, but really not until after I hit the road. I know I'm going to have to be in contact with her every day so that she knows that Mom's okay right up until I get there. And my older daughter, she seems to be a little concerned, but not too concerned. Of course, I've heard from her a number of times, how did you make it to this age, Mom? How did you survive? So I think I did a fantastic job with my kids. They make such logical decisions. And so they're absolutely lost that Mom's doing anything but logical choices at this point. But that's a midlife crisis. There's nothing logical in this. I don't know. And logic just doesn't make sense anymore when you hit that midlife crisis. Logic doesn't make sense anymore. It makes no sense to be logical because we're here for a short period of time, very short, and we got to make the most of it. And being logical, it's just like falling in line. I don't know. It just doesn't make any sense. So the kids are, my kids are doing pretty good about this whole thing. The grandkids have asked me, why do you have to go to Florida? I said, well, it's not necessarily that I have to go to Florida. It's that I have to get out of New York. Florida is the place that I ended up choosing. I had some invites, and my younger daughter insisted that I had a plan. And I decided to go with my aunt because I just felt like that's probably the best place for me to go would be with my aunt, and that would, have me in a place where I can spread my wings and do the things that I need to do. She's very supportive. Not saying that other people are not, but she is. I think she might have hit a midlife crisis too back in her day and, did some things that her family didn't think was all that logical. But I don't know. She's always lived her life on the wings. So that's cool. So I just feel like that would be the best place. And then I get to spend that time with my aunt. So that's cool. So that's why I picked Florida, because that's where my aunt is. So yeah, so I just tried to explain to the boys that I had to leave New York. I just couldn't stay in New York. It wasn't that I chose Florida. It's that Florida was the option that came up. My freaking hair, I get like these urges to cut it, but how we'd cut it the way I would always wear it, and I'm trying to get that out, and just have to get past this. So anyways, so that's the quick vlog for this point. Maybe I'll be able to get one up tomorrow, at least a really quick one when we hit the road or something. I'll do at least a fast video just to say, hey, we're on the road, leaving on our way. So that's it. I covered the car, the bank, the family, the kids, all the crazy stuff. All right. Well, so tomorrow I'll get a video up, and I should be putting one up every single day until I get to my destination in Florida. So that's probably going to take at least a week from the time I leave here to the time I get to my destination. So follow me along on this crazy midlife crisis journey, or just on my trip from here to Florida or whatever. If you haven't clicked subscribe yet, click. If you haven't clicked subscribe yet, click subscribe so that you can get all the videos. And the cool thumbnails that I have in all my other videos, I'm not going to be able to attach to any of these videos until I get my equipment set up somewhere and I can create those, because I make those thumbnails. I'm a little proud of them. All right, so until next time,